Hello students, welcome to Mrs. Levinson's Kitchen. I've got a balloon and a string and a meter stick, and I'm going to use that to measure the diameter of the balloon. Notice I have a line around the balloon so I can measure, well, not the diameter, the circumference every time in the same place. And what I really want to know is I'm going to measure it at room temperature, just like in our gas laws lab, 3.04 gas laws lab. So I'm going to measure at room temperature. I'm going to put it in a pan of hot water. You see I've got a pot on the stove heating up, so I'm going to put it in there. And I'm also going to put it in the freezer. And I'm going to measure the circumference each time to see if the size of the balloon changes as the gas inside the balloon heats up and cools down. So I'll do room temperature, then I'll do the freezer, and then I'll do the hot water. So the first step is measure the circumference. So I have the line on the balloon because I want to make sure I measure that circumference in the same place every time. It doesn't really matter exactly where that line is, just as long as you do it the same every time. So I lined it up on the line. And where the string meets up with itself, I'm going to mark that, set the balloon aside, and I'm going to measure that length on my handy dandy meter stick. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it, but I'm going to have to set it down to get an actual accurate measurement because this meter stick is a folding meter stick that was sent to me. So right now the balloon is about 77, write that down, 77 centimeters long in circumference. So I'm going to take the balloon, I'm going to stick it in the freezer, and I'm going to pause for 5 minutes. I made a spot for it. In the freezer it goes, and in 5 minutes we'll measure it again. Hello students. So this has been in the freezer for 10 minutes. It is noticeably smaller. I can actually see the difference. So now I'm going to, real quick before it warms up again, I am going to measure the circumference. Remember the distance around the balloon along my line that I drew on here so I can get the same spot. There it is. Okay. And I'm going to set it on my meter stick, which I'll hold up for you here in just a minute, and show you. It was at 77 before, and it is at 72.5 now. I know that's difficult to read, but just show you I really did measure it. So it went from 77 to 72.5. That is a significant difference, 72.5. So now I'm going to take the balloon, I'm going to put it in my pan, and I've got my water's hot. It's not boiling, it's just hot. And I'm going to very carefully put the hot water over it. And then I'll pause and set the timer. I don't want to burn myself, but I want to get the hot water in here so that I can heat the balloon up. You know, just do it carefully. Don't burn yourself. But I can tell you, this balloon is bigger already. It, like, almost instantly got bigger. Right? Because think about it, the air inside this balloon is heating up, right? And as things heat up, they gain energy. When they gain energy, there's more collisions, they move faster, they spread out, and balloons are, the purpose of balloon is to expand. I don't even need 10 minutes, I really just need to keep putting this over here. I don't know if you can tell, but I can tell you this balloon looks way bigger. So I don't even need 10 minutes. I'm going to actually just do this and measure it. All right, that's good enough. And I'm going to take the string. I'm going to put it around the balloon. You can see it here. All the way around. So I can get the circumference. It's a little slippery because it's wet, right? Uh-oh, it's shrinking up again. Let me get it in there, warm water again. All right, I took too long because my hand slipped. That's okay, though. Let's heat it up a little bit more. All right, here we go. Third time's the charm, right? Here we go. Get it all the way around. Got it. There we go. Now I can just set that aside. So there is how long the string is. I'm going to set it on my handy dandy meter stick. And I can show you right there, it is up to 78.7. So when it was room temperature, it was at 77. When it was cold, it was at 72.5. And when it was hot, it went up to 78.7. That is pretty amazing stuff. Have a good day.